How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Tazastical. This is Cowboy Nation. Let's get to it. So, party people, what is the plan for today? I think we know what the plan is today, party people. To keep clanging and banging and clanging and banging. That's like the sounds like when you're working hard at the gym. I'm basically saying we're gonna work hard. So, we have some things that we're going to sort out now. We're going to address the lack of cowboyness in the colony. We've got basically... don't care about that. We've got a little pen over here that we're going to put up, and then what we're going to do in here is get some camels in here. It's not a full horse, but I feel like at this point we're psychic cowboys that ride camels into battle. Seems good to me. That might mean we'll be able to do something interesting, like if we come to the world screen, especially with like events and stuff like that, we might then make more of an effort to like do stuff like that. You know, it sounds like we could, especially with like the ancient complexes that are around here. We could start being a proper Tomb Raider and sorting them out. Other than that, we are going to sort out our stockpile problems. Now, when I mean problems, I mean more basically getting us so we have a freezer that actually, you know, stays frozen for some degree of the campaign, which would be really nice because so far how this stockpile has worked, you know, we've just had one big stockpile, which is fine to start with, but you know, now we're moving up in the world, we want something a little bit more, you know, Michelin star is what we want. So the main stockpile is going to come round like this, and then this is going to remain cook, butcher, and then the freezer stockpile, which would be really nice. We have got a statue here. We're sort of just moving around trying to get statues as in many places as possible. We're trying to get as big of mood boost because of that, you know, as possible. Other than that, that is the plan. We're sticking to it. We've got some turrets around. It would be nice to get another turret down here, perhaps. That's more just to limit where the game throws sappers and raiders at us. And as you party people have been rightfully saying, I think it's just because of the value of our colony that's why they are chucking them type of attacks at us. So I'm not sure there's too much we can do about that, though, because while we've got like a big valued colony, I don't think we've got anything like too crazy hanging about. Do you know what I mean? Like we haven't been like OTT with it, but hey ho, party people. This stockpile can probably just turn into this one now, but I'll wait until they wall it up and everything, so that'll be fine. And then other than that, research wise, tube television, and then we're probably going to then see what we're going to do about high-tech research benches. Like we might have to extend the workshop down a bit. Or we could move these dumping stockpiles and make a room here. Like, there's a lot of options that we have on the table, which is nice. It's a nice position to be in. Luckily, we did get some components last time out. So we have got 24 in the bank. So you party people don't have to laugh at me for missing missions anymore. I mean, you can laugh at me for my lack of talking skills, considering I'm a commentator. But apart from that, party people, there's nothing to laugh about. The mood is high in the camp. Yeah, that's the stage. I have noticed that all the hay is sort of got burned, didn't it? Right, probably will need to cull some of these, but it is nice the amount of milk. We've actually got a very big build up of milk, which is lovely, which is what we wanted for our cowboy let's play, which is perfect. Other than that, I mean, we are quite strong. Devil's Strand is about halfway there, so cotton had to be replanted. We've got some mortars, so we probably do need to look at maybe after tube television going into biorefinery, just so we can make sure we have actually shells to fire these mortars. It's going to mean, you know, less risk really, because we can just sit behind our mortars and bomb people into the Stone Age. Now, if we could get one of them like nuke missiles, I'm trying to think what they're called. But I'm sure you know what I mean. There's a specific anti-grain warhead, I think it's called. I think that is the one now I've said out loud. They are just... you can only get them, sadly, through quests and whatnot. I don't know if traders sell them. I've never seen a trader sell them. But, you know, if they do, that's what we're going to be picking up. This does allow us to make the medical room slightly bigger, which is perfect. Then we can get one more bed in that, which will be lovely jubbly. I think we can all agree. What I am going to do with Okay. So we can actually then deconstruct that. Where's the stockpile in here? Stockpile in here, we will then add... I think it's actually got everything we need in it. Because we'll just extend this stockpile out through here. Yep, I think that's good. Because then we delete that stockpile. Expand that one. Nice, nice, nice. We'll probably need a lamp or something in here. Just to make sure, obviously, no one's in darkness. As fun as that would be, you know, we've got to look to the future, party people. We've got to look after our colonists. We look after them, they look after us. That's how it's going to work here. We need more of a mutual beneficial arrangement. That's definitely how you say it. Yeah, I think I'm liking this. So, is there a stockpile in here? There currently isn't. So that's probably the next thing we can do. So let's go zone, stockpile, in here. This one will be critical importance, clear all. And this will be, for the moment, let's just do meals and animal corpses. Let's turn off rotten. This stockpile that's here. Okay, just making sure that wasn't critical. And then I think that's going to be much, much better. It means people aren't going to trace through this room all the time. Or at least if they do, it's sort of going to have, like, these airlocks where hopefully the temperature doesn't get lost, like, altogether. It's fairly hot outside. You know, we are permanent summers, but the temperature isn't, like, you know, over the top hot. Right, and we are busy bees once more. I might actually move that. Install that down there. Because what I probably will do... Yeah, just install it down there for the moment. Yep, lovely. We've got another one. Sort of just trying to spread the love of these statues throughout. So we go to like almost. No one's got it. Oh, no reds. No reds. That is amazing. And we get a +3 through having tons of animals. Through our ideology. Which is pretty much gold. And Regina couldn't be happier with life. Yeah, look. Beautiful environment. We get +10. So I'm really keen on... That's something I'm going to prioritise this playthrough. Don't normally. And I'm probably putting a bit too much stock into it. But hey ho, pie people. We're looking after everyone. Animals. Clear all. I just want camels in here. Stop bringing animals over here. This will need to be bigger. This will need to be bigger. I mean, we have got the outskirts of it to make it slightly bigger. I mean, we are just going to have to cull some of these animals, as I can already see they're a bit starving. Now we have the actual capacity to do that. So let's kill some animals. So let's kill some bulls, because actually we've probably got too many of them anyway. So we'll just start with 3. And then we'll go from there. I don't want to cull too many all at once. But the bulls, like, especially, like, we're only going to need a certain amount of bulls per female cows anyway. They don't produce us any milk. And we're not really, like, full into breeding at the moment. Another rare Fumbros. You pirate people are going to have to tell me what to do with it. Do I just breed it? Do I use it for war? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Right, there we go. So that is up. So then what we can actually do is there's 1 female and 1 male camel. Don't set to hunt. Tame them. And then we've got that. That is lovely. Our dryads, how long are they down for? $16 more days before we can get them, because the person that was attuned to it, sadly, how do I make this sound good? Sadly chose to leave us. Yeah, we'll say that. So do forever, cremate corpses, but please do not... No colonists, please. We will also add a bill. Cremate corpse, do forever. So clear all, and then rotten animals we want. Rotten animals, perfect. Then we probably want to set up some deconstruction bills. So like burn weapons, do forever. So if I close all these, because I basically just want all the rubbish ones, so we go club, axe, gladius, that, knife, longsword. Basically all the ones I know we've got sat around. Yeah, get rid of all them. They can all be burnt. Spear. I think that's enough for the time being. Not to get stuck on these screens too often. Do forever. Clear all. Like, I don't think we have too much, like, random clothing laying around, funny enough. So I probably will just suspend that. Because actually we haven't got a lot of apparel. It's just normally it's just the guns and whatnot. Have we actually... Because we haven't got a smelter up yet. Maybe that's the next plan. Problem is, it's working out where to put it. I imagine putting it in this room. This room's getting very heavy with what we're doing with it. Put... I mean, we could put it there. Could put it there. I suppose it needs to be close to this room because this is pretty much the room where it's all going to get dumped anyway. So we'll do that for the time being. That sort of makes the most sense. What is that bionic part we've got there? Bionic tongue. Yes, yes, yes. Isn't that for Christoph? He needs a jaw though. Oh God. I thought it was just the tongue he needed. God, they're so picky, aren't they? He had a left eye bitten out. Sorry, seedlings. Or she did, I should say. Not only did I misgender her, I also forgot she had an eye bitten out. I mean, bitten out is very precise, do you know what I mean? Like, there definitely wasn't an accident. Let me check. Yes, the freezer room is banging. So then what we can do is we can reduce the temperature just so, like, our cooks are literally not going to get hypothermia, because then we'll get the opposite problem, which, while you party people will find that hilarious, I think I might cry a little bit. The only problem we're going to have is it's not going to be the biggest freezer in the world, but we are just going to have to work at it, maintain that. And as long as we're aware, you know, it's not the end of the world, especially with our setup. You know, it's not crazy, but food is, you know, it's balling. It's really, really looking good. If we can get the smelter delta up, then we can be, like, deconstructing these weapons just to make sure, you know, we're getting some resources for it. We are flowing. We have plans, and it is actually going pretty well. I'll come over to this pen marker, animals. I will just make sure the camels aren't going to come over here weirdly. Okay, we've extended this. So that means we can actually set up to deconstruct that. We're slowly expanding this area as we've got too many cows. We've got far too many cows. We probably should have moved this over here, which perhaps we'll do in the future, like have a big cow pen over here. But we're going, for now, we're going to have our cows here and the camels over here. I don't think, like, they'll eat. I don't want to put the hill root in here, just in case they, like, start to eat it. But what I might have to do is expand this and move our hill root, sadly. Like, as much as I don't want to. One of the camels has been tamed. Hurrah, hurrah. What it basically means is now, next time we get a mission, we have the bedrolls and we have camels. So not only can we move quicker, if we have to rest, we won't get negative modifiers because we've got colonists needs rescuing. Almost, almost, almost. Left leg destroyed. Was it just because you tried to pick up that meal? It was, wasn't it? Get you to haul that. Get you to rescue almost. Looks like almost is going to need a leg. You got legless. He's leg. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, we've just got a lot of deconstruction orders, so it's job evaluation day. Almost was a constructor, sadly. Christoph is basically just researching. So I'm going to put you down to 2 on research, 1 on construction, so you do help out. You're not the best constructor, but especially with almost being like down and out properly, we need someone helping out. And because we've got no one with a love affair for construction, like, it's basically up to you, Christoph. Now, I know we've had, like, our rough patches in the colony, but maybe we can learn to love each other. Maybe we can learn to have that mutual respect for each other. Look, the cows are getting loving. The cows? Okay. Cows go moo. What noise do camels make? Like, Christoph's repairing the traps, which... like, okay. Christoph, can you haul the heavy SMG? That would be actually very, very nice. Thank you. We're in a little bit of trouble if we do get attacked. But you know me, party people. We don't worry about that. That's future Tazastical's problem. That's not current party people's problem. It's not current Tazastical's problem. It's future. You know, we don't worry about the future. We do stuff just off the fly. We wing it. No, it could be worse. Almost is no longer incapable, but he does need a peg leg. I'm really sorry about that. Should we just euthanize him? Put him out his misery? Install peg leg, left leg. The amount of times that I've like peg legged their other leg. Yeah, let's be honest, after that you're never on the Christmas card list. Yeah, Christoph is building the traps, which is fine. Steel-wise, we don't have a lot. Have we got people that mine and not construct? Yes, we do. So we might have to prioritise. We have got starving animals and stuff like that, I'm fully aware. Like, that is just a coal job at this point. We still got number 1 growers, right? Yep, we've got 3 of them. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so you're doing all the berry bushes. So I'm actually going to be like... I don't want you to do these berry bushes anymore. I don't actually think we need them. And if we do need them, it's a quick fix to actually get them sorted. But what I don't want, and what is probably happening now, is they're prioritising these berry bushes over actually getting our own growing zones up. And I think we've moved on as a colonist from this method. I mean, we can go back, like some of the really close ones we can get in future. But I actually want our growers to spend time on our own grow zones. Otherwise, you know, I don't want the animals to die just for the sake of it. Fails. Oh, Christoph operated on almost. No, I'm going to take Christoph off with all his health issues. Almost is just... I'd love the idea, like, right leg cut off in surgery. Like, no, that is a little bit of a mistake. That's like that person... I think it was like Brazil that like went in for a sore throat but got his like testicles removed or something. I don't mean like he removed them. I mean like the doctor did, like because they like called the wrong name. Oh no, his hearing. It was his hearing, wasn't it? And he went in because he thought it was him. Like at some point, I'm like, well, doctor, like I hate to disrespect you, but I don't think my hearing... Like, I don't think my downstairs has anything to do with my hearing, but... What do I know? I didn't go to medical school, so... Alright, we are rocking and a rolling. There we go. They're getting the grow zones up, which is lovely. Like, we can still... cut... Like, if we cull a couple more... Especially the balls that don't really give us too much... Problem is, we have got loads of little ones that we could get rid of, but it's just... I know you guys tell me off for it. But they might starve anyway. How many balls do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's get rid of 2 more. And I am going to... Yeah, no, we'll keep it like that for the time being. So, I mean, the milk that we're getting through is so worth it. Let's make sure milk is actually... Okay, milk isn't coming into the freezer, which isn't good. Let me make sure the shield pack... No. Yeah, shield core is meant to be hauled. It's just not being hauled. There we go, we've got our 2 camels. Is it saying we have enough food for them? No. I don't know if this actually works. Like, otherwise, these pens would need to be absolutely, like, massive for the size of the maps. But I'm obviously doing something wrong. It's just the kibble game isn't for me, party people. I don't think our forte is like animal food business, do you know what I mean? Which sounds bad. Like, I don't want them to starve to death, but I don't want them to starve to death. Probably need a battery room. It's probably an upgrade that's worth getting. Problem is, I know that we're still struggling catching up with stuff. It obviously doesn't help our star constructionist being out almost, and one of his legs is gone. That's sort of what we're lacking at the minute. Another sculpture. Let's install this one up here. In sculpture-wise, we are doing pretty tasty, if I do say so myself. Yeah. Cows are starving. So how much medicine have we got? 53 hill root. Okay, Christoph. I'm going to have to manually do this, which is quite agitating. I need you to actually deconstruct all this. God, come on. Come on. Come on. Because then we can extend the grow zones. It's not going to be like what we need, but if it can like slightly help, we're going to have to call that a win. Obviously, the problem that we're having is we've just let the cows get too much. So let's expand that. And let's expand that. So that is a decent sized expansion. I will just I wanted it to look all nice and whatnot, but actually, a mad emus. Well, why are they mad? They should be happy. How many are there? Wildlife 3. I mean, I don't really want to deal with you, so can we just hide inside? Is that alright with everyone? Are gonna need... Regina, can you just shut the door? I just can't be bothered to deal with them. Watch Regina just get attacked by 3 emus now. I mean, it'd make me laugh, but... Make me laugh, but cry. There we go. Just sort of one of them dived bombed onto the traps, so... Whatever floats your boat, I suppose. Animal starvation. Problem is like our freezer. I mean, down the line, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we're going to move the cows over here, but if that's... I mean, that's after the Devil's Strand gets harvested, let's be honest. We're not wasting a Devil's Strand harvest to go get them over there. Got an eclipse, but luckily it doesn't actually impact us. Okay, a couple of people are getting food poisoned. So that's like... Someone like Arctic can probably clean. But we are going to we do need to make sure people are cleaning. I think just in a weird situation at the moment. I suppose being actually locked into our base is probably quite good for us. It will allow us to catch up with a lot of things. Like cleaning one of them. Jenkins, I suppose you can also clean. So now we've got 2 cleaners, 4 haulers. So then I'll go seedlings. So then we sort of got a nice little split. I'm fully aware that some of the cows are struggling. Problem is our freezer can't really support them going in. I think they will be brought meals by Arctic, so just ignore the fine meals that they're getting given. We're looking after our animals. That's the play here, definitely. There we go. Christoph is actually deconstructing the wall in here, which is lovely. Perfect. Arctic is actually cleaning, even more perfect. And it'd be great if we didn't have to put up with food poisoning just because we're lazy-bazy. Right, now they're repairing stuff, like we're rocking and a-rolling. I'm going to have to make this a little bit bigger. Research is about to be done, then we'll go into biorefinery. Biofuel. Get all that done, so then we can be making mortar shells, which I think will be pretty good option. Won't be making tons of them, but just enough. Yeah, I think the cows were going to have to move, aren't we? Donkeys join. I mean, we don't really have the food for them, so let's just slaughter them. We're not donkey riding cowboys. Now that's just silly, party people. To be fair, we just don't have the infrastructure to take on more animals. We've got our camels, we've got our cows. Like, milk-wise, the cows are absolutely rocking it. So, yeah. Really, really happy. Really, really happy. Everyone's still locked into the colony. There are no more mad animals. Problem is there are a few things that we need to do. Okay, a cow died, but... Okay, so loads of cows are going to die now, but... I mean... We get their meat. It's not lost. Okay, we might get a few cows die here, party people. And what's important to know is I've looked after these animals for a long period, okay? So don't judge me here, okay? We're trying our hardest. Right, everyone's still locked into our home zone, or our hiding zone, I should say. It could be quite deadly if an attack happens, because we're not going to be getting our traps back up. But I feel like most things... Beef rotted away in storage. Oh, okay, because it was in here for whatever reason. Okay, just ignore the cows. I can hear you in the comments. Don't worry, it's part of the plan. El planio, if I was Spanish. Here we go, that's been grown. Should I even bother with dandelions? Let's have a look. Dandelions. Lifespan 20 days. I mean, it gives a lot of beauty. Grow time 3.5. I already know it's less. I mean, why am I bothering? Let's go. Hay grass. Hey. Expand. Right, I think that was for hay grass when I had too much. Let's expand this. Let's get this whole area hay grass. Let's go, go, go. It grows quicker. The nutrition to it is better. Dandelions do give like nice little beauty modifiers, but just think with the amount of animals we've got, we can't really risk it for a biscuit. We will have to cull some more. The problem is our freezer isn't great. We could push the freezer up a little bit with our new expanded rec and dining room, which I actually think might not be the worst idea I've ever had. Possibly not the best, but not the worst. And that's what we strive for on the Tazastical channel. A strategy that's not the worst. Right, let's get the chairs in. Right, so that will go up. Then we'll reinstall that up. We'll reinstall that there. And that one there. And yeah, then we can... Yes, that's the move, isn't it? Then we can expand the freezer just a little bit. Don't need a massive, we need it a little bit bigger than this. Because I always like the freezer being big enough to actually store more than like 2 things. Because otherwise you get into the point where it's just like you're just wasting food. I probably have too much in my freezer. That's probably a fault in my gameplay. I mean, a raid, I did say. And they're dropping right on top of us, which definitely is not going to be awkward. Okay, machine gun. You've got no gun. Brilliant. Oh, that's bio-coded. Come get... Chain shotgun. Hands. Just making sure everyone has a weapon. Jenkins is incapable of violence. So almost. Everyone apart from almost needs to get in here. Like, it wouldn't actually be a bad shout if they were all melee. We're about to see. Luckily, we've actually got quite a lot of like alleyways we can actually hide in, which is quite almost just bringing up the rear. Okay, luckily the turret's firing, so the turret's actually going to hold some aggro. I don't quite know. I want to see what they do, but especially I want if almost can get into the fight, that would always be better. Almost just equip that heavy SMG so you can actually get into the fight. There we go. Being able to take just a few on at a time. Not too bad. Okay, so who has its seedlings? So we'll go Burden. Didn't do anything. Okay, I didn't really want the melee people to engage, but if we do, we do. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Right, the other ones are going over to the other turret. So let's grab these party people. We bring them over here. Almost is just too slow. Hopping along. I don't actually mind the turrets being destroyed. Combat command. Seedlings. Come on. Don't actually think the burden was working on them. Okay, hands jump in. Right, hands jump out. I should have probably sent Regina in first, especially because Regina's armor. So the melee people just sort of hang back. If we don't have to involve you, I'd rather not. Perfect. Not too bad, not too bad. Not great. Almost we need to do peg leg, left leg. We need to try and get that in again. So we lost 2 turrets, but as we're fully aware... Oh, I forgot I clicked that hammer thing. Cool, cool, cool. So they'll be set to rebuild, which is beautiful. And not too shabby, party people. I actually might move these statues. It's actually handy having these. Little gaps we can dart in and hide between. I would say food for thought, but I feel bad for animals saying that since they starve for thought. I don't know if the message is the same, but I didn't want them to miss out. Okay, other than that, you know, I'm happy with how everything's going. Cloth-wise, we've got quite a bit. Was it dark cloth that we had in here? I can't actually remember. Got a dark carpet, yeah. Gotta make everything look nice, party people. Come on, what are we? We're not animals. We're carpeteers. That might catch on. So if I don't know how much more bigger we're going to make this. I don't think we need to make it massively bigger. I feel like that would be perfect. And then go reinstall that there to help this room look a bit, you know, something. So build that. And then we deconstruct that. We will need a wooden wall there, a wooden wall there. Reinstall that there. Reinstall that there. And then I feel like that is going to be a much better setup. We've actually got some, like, space in the freezer, which is quite handy. Like, the base started, like, all together and nice, and now it's just mayhem. Now it's just all... every man, woman and child for themselves. We don't help anyone here. Then a bit of blue carpet there, because that is stressing my OCD out. And then we are set up for victory. We need a cream carpet in here. What did you do this episode? We put a lot of carpets down. Put a lot of carpets down. Did you need them? Yeah. Needed it to look beautiful. What? Holy cow. I had that one for a while. I didn't know if I was going to share that one with you, to be honest. At some point, it's embarrassing. Alas, it's not embarrassing today. Don't get the hump with me, party people. Did you get it? Because camels, they have a hump. Some have two. Woohoo! I know, I've lost the plot, party people. That's what happens when you're in the midst of greatness. And yes, you are. Embrace it. Embrace it like a rash. Well, you try and get rid of rashes by going to the doctors, so that doesn't really work. And you put cream on it. A tazastical cream coming near you. Does that mean you're allergic to me, though? Like, I don't think I'm sending out the right message, party people. I think this is the problem. You know, I want to be kid-friendly. Not like that. That's weird. I'm going to stop talking. Okay, so let's go normal area. We do need to then open that door. I do want to get back into the mining game. Got a bit of steel there. Sorry, a bit of silver there. A bit of steel there, but nothing amazing. Yeah, getting to the point where I really want deep drilling. Not there yet, but we are getting there. Ambrosia. We have got some steel down here that just needs hauling. That's the problem. We don't really have anyone with the capability of that. Another ship chunk part. I struggle with that, jeez. That's when the dyslexia really comes to its forefront. I talk about my dyslexia like I've lost a limb or something. Like, oh, it's got me again, Phoebe. Oh. Do you know what I mean? They talk about disabled access, never dyslexia access. Which, to be fair, to stop a dyslexia, you just make a word with more than 5 letters in, and to be fair, that does me in. That's my kryptonite. Imagine if that was Superman's kryptonite, you just say a word that is like 5 letters long and ask him to spell it as he sort of like dribbles as he's doing it. We have got a combat supplier, however, we've got 41 cash. It's probably still worth chatting to them because if nothing else, we can sell stuff to them. Like stuff that we're just going to get rid of anyway. So let's get rid. Sorry, I'm just pondering what they have. They do have some components. Keep all that. Keep all that. Get rid of the flak vest that's 33% because it's useless anyway. We could buy one component. Probably isn't worth it. Okay. A little bit of coinage, but is what it is. We're moving. We have struck components. Woohoo! So we would have got there eventually, party people. Like, geez, that'd have been a long wait for components. But that's why we were like doing all the steel anyway, because we were just like, well, we need to deep drill anyway, because there will definitely be some components on the map. And we found them, so huzzah. Huzzah to us. We are great. No, we are great. Just don't ask the animals what they feel about it. Probably need to even extend this. So, structure. That's been out of limestone, wasn't I? Yeah, so let's bring this down to like here, which I think's like... Oh, that's much better. Fence gate, limestone, bang, bang, bang. Cancel that, there we go. So then we just make that a little bit bigger, which I think we can all agree would be massive. The milk we're getting is actually too much for what we need. So let's cull. I think I'm going to cull some of the babies, which I know you guys tell me not to do. However, we just do have too many mouths to feed over here. And especially with the amount of milk that we're actually getting. I mean, it's great. I just don't want to then counter it and like kill too many and then don't get that. If that makes sense. I talk too fast. My genius is just... It's just too much to keep up with. That's what it is, party people. I'm a wordsmith. I'm a brainsmith. I mean, if you say brainsmith, you definitely are not smart. Oh, the cows were having a funeral then. I think they just like rushed like one dandelion that grew like, feed me. No, I'm sorry, cows. Trying our best. Boredom, dun dun dun. I mean, we did get the tube television. Let's go biofuel refining. Then we'll go to recreation. I mean, I want all this moved. Christoph, can you move this? Because then I can actually start like planning what I'm going to do. The dining room table is still like there. Reinstall that. Just because I do want it close to the freezer for like semi-efficiency if we're pretending we're efficient. So if I go tube television, we could put the tube television there, for example. And then we get some cloth. I mean, actually, what leather? We've got loads of this plain leather. Can we just use that just because we've got it? Plain leather, there we go. So open this up just so I can see the zone. Plain lever, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many colonists have we got? 3, 6, 7. And let's get us a cinema going. Let's treat them. Got plain leather. Does that actually do anything for like beauty? It does for beauty. What's the difference between that and cloth? Nothing. What about comfort? Comfort 0.8. Plain leather. Where are you? Oh, but it's more flammable plain leather. That's what we want, party people. I've been listening to you. You want more fires. You want more things to burn down. And I've got your back, party people. Nowhere else, but this colony has your back. You want more fires? We'll give you more fires. We'll give it to you. I'm good to you, party people. Very, very good. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.